We're asking like for hot takes, for hunches, but there are predictions to make as well. What we love to do each and every year, looking into the season. And we're going to talk about a couple of teams when it comes to the top four picture. In fact, a few teams. We're speaking about Chelsea. We'll hear from Kalidou Koulibaly, as I say. At Manchester United, in this Cristiano Ronaldo situation, we're going to be talking about, as well as Arsenal, who look in very good shape. All that to come over the next few hours. If you could predict it now, who would you stick in your top four?
I'll go for Liverpool to win the title. Man City second, Chelsea and Spurs. That's my top four.
Right, okay. We've got to start with Liverpool to win the league.
Yeah,
they lost Sadio Mane.
Yeah, I just feel that they've had the least disruption. Obviously, they've lost Sadio Mane. Scored 16 goals last season. Was playing on a different level when he came back from the African Cup of Nations. But they have signed Nunes. I think he's a fabulous player. And it seems like the Portuguese players seem to settle into the Premier League much quicker, as we've seen with Diaz. And I think with Man City losing Jesus and losing Sterling, as I've said to you before, that's 30 goals they've lost. Now, I hear your argument, and your argument is Haaland will score the goals, but it remains to be seen. He seems like I 100% believe he'll score a hat-foot of goals. But watching him in the game the other day, he looks a little bit off the pace. So he's got to get fit first. He's got to get to the pace of the game first. And I don't believe that Liverpool will allow Man City to get the lead they got this season. And if Liverpool can hit the 90 points mark again, which I believe they can do, I think they'll run out the champions this season.
I mean, yeah, there is a very, very high bar. I still think, look, all the rhetoric that goes into the start of the season, when it comes to the title, I mean, Chelsea fans, Spurs fans, there's a reality here, and it is you need to get somewhere around 90 points to be winning the Premier League at the moment. That's how good Liverpool and Manchester City have been. One of those two teams you'd have to predict will get to that mark.
Oh, yeah, that's the benchmark. Listen, Liverpool have hit it twice now, not won the league, because of how good Man City are. So you're talking, as good as Spurs have recruited. Okay, Chelsea not so much, but Chelsea have still brought in Sterling. They've brought in Koulibaly, who's I believe is one of the best defenders in the world. Right, you're talking about a swing of about 20 to 25 points from last season to win the league. I just think that's too big of a gap to do, because you know that Man City and Liverpool are going to be around the 90 point mark. You know that.
Yeah, I think the same. So for me, there's only one of those two teams. I'm surprised to hear you say it's Liverpool, though, because there's still a part of me that thinks it's not a massive transition, but I think to lose a player of Sadio Mane's quality, the relationship that he had with the other players in the team, although Luis Diaz has definitely hit the ground running since moving from Portugal, like you mentioned, he doesn't have the same output right now as a Sadio Mane did. And then, yes, Darwin Núñez might make up for that in terms of goals through the middle, but it will be a slightly different style.
I just think that losing Jesus, losing Sterling, and it's not just Sterling's goals, right? You look at the last game of the season when they needed to win. They brought him on, he changed the game because he can get to the byline and get across. I think it's a massive blow for them. I really do. So I'm not saying ultimately the changes that Pep's made won't work for City, because Pep's looking not just for this season, he's looking for the season after. He's planning for City to be dominant for years. So I get what he's trying to do. And he's always said, I won't keep unhappy players. He's obviously, like I've said before, he's had a fallout with Sterling. I don't think he's had a fallout with Jesus, but he's allowed him to go and play. You're a confident manager allowing Sterling to go to Chelsea and Jesus to go to Arsenal. That shows your confidence, right, in what you've got. And ultimately, I see City being... It's always going to be nip and tuck between City and Liverpool as it stands at the moment. I think Chelsea, Spurs, Arsenal, Man United, they've all got a lot to do to catch up with those two.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you on that one. Loads of people making bold predictions, particularly when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur. In the positive sense, some negative predictions when it comes to Chelsea, the Manchester United as well, really. But listen, your hot takes, your hunches for the upcoming season, that's what we want from you. 81089. You can tweet us at talkSPORT. Give us a call as well, 0371 01417 223344 in terms of what you've just got a hunch will happen, but maybe it's a little bit different to what we were predicting here tonight.